Fun
Dokie, bringing
shopping.
us in. Speaking of those, my friend actually his walk-in wedding music for the groom's party at least was Oblivion. Music from Oblivion, just
All right.
like the twinkly like overworld theme. It was pretty cool.
Oh my god, I just realized you could give so many people anxiety by like they're all sitting there waiting for the wedding to start and then the Oblivion combat music just turns on. It's
See,
like, what's happening?
Yeah, Ryan, that's when you hire that town crier guy. When the combat music starts up and that guy runs in.
Criminal scum.
Goblins have invaded the reception. Oh man. Well, anyway, we're live, and I wasn't here last week, so I'm just gonna stop talking and y'all do the thing.
I don't think we ever played without you. I don't think we ever had a week.
Yeah, you did.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Last week.
We had
or
a
the week before that.
where you guys tried and failed to buy arrows.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
And then Tony's character died, unfortunately. So
Correct.
Yes.
all right?
Yeah.
Listen, I have 17 characters written up. So you name one. What are we lacking?
So last time, there was plans to leave. Y'all left the house. You swung by a mercantile place where I butchered like a strong man's voice and made him pretty effeminate. But that was a creative choice, and I'm sticking with it. You guys tried to buy some arrows, but the arrows were double the price.
Yeah.
double. No.
No, that's like
10 times the price.
The arrows were very expensive. And that's according to the module. That wasn't me being a dick.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
We're shifting to an arrow-based economy now. Arrows are the only thing that have been good.
Mercantile is supposed to be the only like fully functional shop front, and he has his prices just jacked the fuck up because he can.
How many arrows do we need for a house?
7.
well, you could build one with them in the
Um,
amount you need to buy them.
let's see.
Man, that property value would skyrocket.
Oh.
As you guys were leaving, I want to say I said Achilles was like, "Ooh, I gotta go take care of a thing, yeah," and then he like hooked
Oh,
it
right.
back
He-
inside.
Hold
butchered
on.
your voice
Hold on.
for
I'm
a
gonna need you to
while.
do that one more time.
The
Hey, you're
vaguely Canadian.
Right?
Canadian. You're in the
I
wrong
think he said-
hemisphere.
He said, donkey, I got to go. All right, let's go. All right, then.
And then he did this a
Fiona.
lot,
Yeah.
and then he left.
Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna pretend my accent's any better. I just like hearing your guys' renditions.
And then he jumped into a ditch.
Fuck the movie, I knew. So you like returned to like claiming you were gonna try to figure something out with the house or like leaving some kind of trail elsewhere. Everybody else proceeded forward and ended up on. Let me check if this is the correct map. It is. Except for this guy isn't nearly as big.
No, he was
Y'all-
that big.
Y'all ended up fighting a couple of those things pretty successfully. Somebody almost got swallowed, but everybody was a-okay. But then a couple of people noticed. Well, actually, it wasn't totally okay because also your sorcerer boy almost lost the ability to cast spells entirely for however long it takes him to reconfigure things.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. Instead, a couple people are lost some pieces of cloak, which I believe I told you where that was linked to, perhaps, maybe. From
I think it's
there,
only Sorcerer Boy, right? Because
Indriston.
got his piece. Well, he got his piece back.
Oh,
'cause he
that's
killed
right.
him.
Correct. Let's see here. And then you guys continued along the river bank to Serpool, where the Vistani were like, "Yeah, homie, we'll totally help out. What do you need, eh?" So I believe they provided arrows, rations. I think they also provided somebody with some wine.
Yes, it was delightful.
I'm sorry, how much?
yeah.
How many arrows? I feel this is important information. No. We lose Sid.
Oh no!
Oh,
I thought there
no.
was a dramatic pause.
No,
Okay.
don't disconnect. I just need to know how many arrows I got.
Okay,
This is
new plan. We get arrows from this Vistani camp. go
Mhm.
back to the city, sell arrows to the guy,
Ooh.
get fucking rich, and just do this over and over like a fucking Skyrim glitch. We'll
No,
have
all we
so
need to
much
do is
gold.
reverse pickpocket into the person practicing.
Yes, and get the
and then-
arrows again.
There you go. Step 3, profit.
We just stand in front of them for like, you know, a week so that they can refresh their money.
Oh,
Oh,
Or shit.
Ryan, until Sid's... Oh, I was going to say, until Sid's camera comes back on, you're technically in the GM spot on the stream, so just so you know.
3 arrows for everyone.
I was gonna pass over a quiver.
Okay.
If you're like, you know, it's for free.
how
Yeah,
many arrows
that's
is
fair.
that?
I think,
I think
it's
it's
like
20.
Quiver is 20, yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Which is normally supposed to be
Big,
2
big
gold.
sack.
I'll take it.
yeah. It was upcharged a lot over there.
Yes.
Anyway, at Sir Pool, I believe Noah had a brief interaction with his patron, and she was like, "No, baby, it's good. Also, I'm hungry. See you later, boo." Kind of creepy talk that she do, like playing her like I don't like her. I made her. I'm her, and I don't like her. And then Cyrus was like, "Hey, Garen, can you come and write a letter for me?" And the letter
This is
was
the best part.
immaculate in every way.
Great help.
Tony, you don't have to watch anything from last week, but
Mhm.
watch the last 30 or so minutes from last week.
I may have
It
to
Noted.
really worth
recreate
it.
it. I'm gonna have to ask someone else, unless you guys like don't want to retread it. I would like to get someone to actually help me with it, but
I'm not
like
gonna help you with it. I'm not gonna
Cyrus
He
comes
helped you.
out,
He,
he's like,
he
"Hey,
sealed
Garen,
it up. It's ready to go.
do you know letters?" And then he had Garen kind of, you know, transpose what exactly he was saying, but Garen was like,
Here's the
"This is
hostage letter.
nuts."
Here's the hostage letter. These are my demands. Here
yeah,
you go. Sealed with a
Which
kiss.
I believe Artem said this was verbatim what was written.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to
Alright.
see your kid, send some B shit to Jerry D. Honestly, I stopped listening to what he wants to write down. This dude has lost his marbles. I'd ignore it.
Which is my favorite part. I'd ignore it.
Oh,
And I believe after that is where y'all took your long rest. So starting little bit of a rewind.
actually, it's just a
Um,
little dark in here. Let me
We have
get some lights on.
Achilles, who stayed back in
Oh no,
the
you're gonna have to
village.
solo getting here.
Right, now I have to do the voice.
He's a ranger.
That's what I do. I'm a ranger. I can get through the woods anytime.
What's that about?
Eh?
Him and Strahd
So
in
it's
the woods.
completely up to you what
This
you
is
want
my
to
new
do.
buddy.
Narratively, I said you went back to like cause a distraction or like make
Yeah.
it seem like y'all went elsewhere.
Uh-huh.
What in particular
Okay. So when
would you like to do?
do you recall exactly when we wrapped up the episode before? Like what the situation was? Because I don't, if I'm being honest.
What do you mean? Like, so you guys
The episode
you guys
before
took care
I
of the wolves,
missed.
right? So you guys took care of the wolves. You went back to the burgomaster's house.
Okay.
Everybody loaded up
Okay.
and then left town.
Okay.
Or started to leave town. We kicked off last session with everybody
Yeah.
prepping to leave
Yeah.
town.
Okay. So if we're doing a little like flashback before I rejoin, then yeah, something along the lines of like how would I say it? Like you know they we're talking about taking this lady to a town where she'll be safer. You know, as a ranger, I'm really good at finding trails, but I also think if I needed to, I could lay out like a fake trail, right? So if we know that Strahd's gonna be after us, then maybe I lay out a couple like false trails, just so he doesn't chase right after us immediately. Does that sound good?
Aren't we not saying his name?
What? What's wrong with saying Strahd?
Everybody roll initiative.
I just heard from our guide. He said we're not supposed to be saying his name.
Oh, all right. Well, if I lay out a fake trail for
In.
Strahd, then maybe it'll
Him.
throw him off our trail.
For who?
You know, the guy with the cape and the fire. He set my dog on fire.
Nah, not ringing a bell.
Oh, trust me, she remembers. Right, girlie? Yeah. Okay, so that's right. So listen, I'm gonna make a fake trail to throw you-know-who off of our trail, and then I'll catch up with you guys later. I know where you're heading. It's the city which name I forget literally every time. Sorry, Sydney, but I'll meet you guys there.
It's at the Vistani camp,
Okay.
like right outside of town.
And I'll meet you guys there. Cool. I thought we were going to... Oh, our ultimate
Yeah,
destination
but,
is the
like,
other
they-
place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they stopped at.
Sorry. So I'll meet you guys at the camp outside of town, because that's on the way. Does that sound good?
If you insist on going alone.
I'm not going alone.
just-
Don't you see her?
Right. Tristan's going to take Achilles' hand and sketch out a really quick map of the surrounding area, just with like some charcoal or something like that. It's like, if you go too far south, that's when the bog will swallow you. You don't want that. If you go too far north, that's where the Valkyries are. You don't want that either. If you go too far east, that's where the Wendigos are. Don't go that way either. You want to go this way and then keep going. All right?
Now, when you say Valkyries, you mean like warrior women that'll kill me?
No. Well, the second part.
Okay. There's worse ways to go. But yeah, I'll follow your map.
All right.
So from there, you decided that you're going to make alternative paths to lead things elsewhere.
Yeah.
How would you prefer to do that?
Good question. Ranger stuff. What's the method by which we're leaving town with the girl we're saving?
foot.
It is by foot. Okay. So I think it's literally just like, I mean, I think it would literally be like creating other footprints out of town and like, you know, doubling back on the same footprints and like, you know, breaking branches, like literally trying to leave like physical signs that we went that away.
Sure. Go ahead and you can roll, I think, survival.
Okay. Survival. That was a weird memory to pop into my head. Smash Brothers players. How about a 6?
Just write that down.
All right. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't have the thing, because Rangers have a thing where they can kind of get a it's almost like a what's the thing rogues do where it counts as a 10 no matter what.
Reliable
I don't know if you
talent.
get that by level 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
think so
that's like a
either.
level 11.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a thing that
You're
Rangers
talking about
event-
reliable talent.
Yeah, there's like a thing I thought the revised Ranger gets that's similar to that, but probably not till later.
No, I don't think so. Maybe one
It's-
of the
it's-
subclasses has something for a very specific skill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's for like well, it doesn't matter if I can't find it. Then like whatever.
So then,
Ignore me. It's just a bad roll.
no, it's, I mean, like I said, I just had to like note it. So then leaving town armed with a map and probably the likelihood of you being able to follow the trail left by your party. Go ahead and you can, I would say you could either try to track them and like follow their most direct route, or you could probably roll. I mean, you got a map, never mind. You could probably just walk it.
Yeah, I got the hand map.
Yeah. So it takes you very little time. I mean, it's 15 miles. It doesn't take you an entire like day, but you are getting in well after sunset. The crew's already kind of tucked in for bed.
Mhm.
Fires that are lit on the embankment of the water are kind of toned down to like smoldering coals, but there's a couple people milling about at your arrival.
Okay.
And with that, We start the next day. So
is this when the level up kicks in?
yeah, sure.
Cool.
Like I say, yes, sure, because I think everybody else has technically already got theirs.
Okay.
But yeah,
I have an idea for when I'm gonna roll the HP thing, but I'll do it when it comes to it.
you don't want to do it now.
No, I wanted to. You'll see. Just whenever we talk, unless you're about to stick something on us.
No, I mean it's morning.
No, you'll see.
Okay. So people once again, kind of similar from the last time you were here. The morning starts. It's chilly and drizzly, a little overcast. Food is already being made. There's bacon and eggs. There's fresh bread, being cooked. Everybody in the Vistani camp are kind of keeping quiet. Just low murmurs that start to wake up the morning.
Hi, friends, I'm back. How'd
Oh,
how'd it fare on your side of things? I think I left
Oh,
something of a trail.
honestly, I thought you were gonna die.
Aye, come on. I'm not gonna die. I'm strong, and in fact, I feel even stronger. Now I can do. I can carry around. I can fight with both my spears. Haven't done that in a while, but I'm feeling pretty up to it. And I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little sturdier too. Feeling a whole
Didn't ask.
5 sturdier.
You know, some of us are obviously morning people. Anyway, Tristan, you have to help me write this because I don't think Garen did a good job. Honestly, it's rude, and I just need this thing.
I'm sure the holy man did the best he could.
Okay, fine. I get the message.
I don't make his eye. I don't make his eye contact.
Well.
Um,
Welcome back to camp, good friend. How are you?
Feeling pretty good. Feeling a touch stronger and ready to fight and do the mission and find my friend and whatnot. And
It's quite perky. A little early. I
I'm
believe we need some caffeine.
some of us are raring to go as soon as the sun comes up, friend.
Your tracking may prove to be for naught. It seems while you were off in the woods yesterday, we encountered servants of the most notable hags to the far north. She sent a number of her minions after us, and in a skirmish were able to make off with a piece of the young nobleman's cloak.
So what's
No, they
that
haven't.
mean for us?
There are other ways of tracking people besides footsteps.
Oh,
And
like
mud.
magic-y things.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do what you told me, right? I didn't go north and see the harpies. I didn't go east and see the wendigos. I didn't go south and see the whatever you said was down there, bears or whatever. I was safe. But you're saying I could have just traipsed around in the woods and played my pan flute and it would have made the same difference?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, I'm
Seems
going to
we're
get
very
some
safe.
assistance. And we
What
can
do I
find-
think he was safe with a natural one? Or do I think he just ramboed through the woods for a day?
He just like frolicked. He just wee, I'm free.
Strahd.
I'm literally like, I'm playing the pan flute and the only lyrics to the song are Strahd.
Yeah.
Right.
There's like a deep disbelief to it, but also he's here. Who knows how well that went? Had to go okay. Is it him though?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Definitely carved at least one Strahd was here in a tree too while I was doing the trail thing just to mess with somebody.
I think as we travel north, it will be difficult, but we really need to deal with the hag situation. Dealing with one megamaniacal devil will be tricky enough. But with that coven also following us and tracking our every footstep, it may be near impossible.
Do they work for you know who too, or are they kind of like their own bad guys?
A little bit of both.
Great.
Everyone works for him.
So are we diverting course, or are we taking care of her first and then dealing with the hags?
The good news is they're both on the way. So,
Oh, great. Well, then I'm gonna kick back and have some eggs. You let me know when it's time to go.
Sorry, is this still the same night, or is this the following morning?
Following morning.
Well, while you all do what you do, I'm going to find some help. And when the money comes in, I'm not splitting it with any of you. And he harumphs away. Noah! Noah!
Hi. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, there you are. Listen, could you help me? You know how to read, right?
Yes.
And you can write letters, you can make words.
As well as the average man.
So,
Handwriting isn't great, but I know how things are spelled.
oh,
You
that'll
know.
do.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever written a ransom note before?
We're rolling odds and evens on this. No. Can't say that I have.
Well, there's a first time for everything. Come with me.
Okay. He's gonna follow him.
I'll plop you in a chair, slap down the page. All right, now, take this down. Dear Ulysses Turnway. Oh, damn it, I had it written down over here.
I'm sorry. I said. How do you spell Ulysses?
I will spell it out for you.
On the
We
bottom.
don't have to.
Are you asking in character or not?
I'm asking in character. I'm not.
Oh,
Actually.
okay.
Okay.
Dearest Archibald Ulysses Turnway, if you ever want to see your dear child again, you must enclose 10,000 gold pieces and have it sent to yada 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 yada. If we don't hear from you within a week, expect different digits. Good?
Signed.
Signed, Ransom Man. Ransom Ruthless. Make it the name.
Ransom burden. All right.
Okay. Wonderful, yes.
Okay, sure, fine.
And stick this ear in it, and
Okay. And why didn't you just write this yourself?
well, I can't have it in my handwriting.
Great.
To clarify, did you just write a ransom note to your dad for you?
Yeah.
Yes! Love it!
Listen, I'm going to get that inheritance one way or the other, okay? And yes, it's a little early, but that's...
Okay, man, you do you.
Thank you. And you will get a cut.
Cool.
And I'll seal it with the signet ring. And with a little perk in his step, he'll rush off screen to bother someone about getting it delivered.
So, just to give you a face, you'll likely be dealing with this woman here. She will ask you, like, address, where it needs to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't ask you for any sort of, like, doesn't question you what it is. Like, it's just like, yeah, absolutely, we will do this for you. Can you roll a percentile die for me? Just for
Yeah.
shits and gigs.
We do love shits and gigs.
7? Okay.
It's not the lowest quadrant. It's we'll see.
Who knows what that's for?
Right?
Okay. Yeah, we will deliver this as soon as we leave. It'll get to this address this week. Promise.
Wonderful. Excellent.
Great.
And now we wait.
How do I am assuming you are not staying here at the pool? Is there a good way to get in touch with you should anything be returned?
Yes, certainly. I'll kind of share the route we're taking, and like very much like I assume we'll pass through on our way back into town and all that.
Okay, I got it. No problem.
Wonderful. I like you. I'll keep you in mind for further employment. We may have some gigs coming up.
Her eyes shift kind of back and forth, and she just nods. Excuse me, I have some chores to do. And she makes haste away.
Shortly after Cyrus goes off on his thing, Tristan's gonna go up to Garen. Holy man, I may need your assistance with something.
I mean, I can give you your last rites, but I think it might be a little too late.
I'd prefer to remain standing. For now,
Oh.
at least.
All right, what'd you need?
Just accompany me, and if things start to look morbid, I'd appreciate if you were to step in.
All right.
Tristan's gonna go over to Irina.
Garen, like, make sure he has his shield, like, ready. He's like, what the fuck does that mean?
You find her sitting with Ismark at the fire. She's got kind of this aluminum kind of backpack plate in her lap with some eggs and some bread on it.
Miss Irina,
Yes.
if
She
you
slowly
are
like lowers her fork like before she takes a bite.
before we continue our journey, I would ask that you meet me on the beach. We have something to discuss. And please bring your weapon.
Ismark like sets a hand on her shoulder, and his eyes shift from you to Garen and back. What is this about?
It concerns the remaining of our journey and how we are to conduct ourselves.
I
What are you
trust him
going
for what it's worth.
What are you going to be needing of her? Why does she need her weapon?
I need to know what we're dealing with. And Tristan's going to do a short bow, and then he's going to walk over to the beach.
Ismark like reaches down and takes the plate from her lap. You can finish this later. Go on ahead. And Irina stands, and she shifts about in her place, looking for her sword because it's not on her hip at the present moment. And then she
Good sign. That's not a good sign.
she takes a moment to like rush off to the tent where she stayed for the night, and she comes back with I believe it is a rapier. Let me pull up her sheet.
Oh, she's got a stabby sword.
Maybe not. Yep, it's a rapier. She comes back with like it's a really ornate rapier, and she's like holding it by the hilt as opposed to like the belt or anything like that. She's just like holding like the stem of it. And she looks towards Ismark kind of like, please don't make me do this alone, but he waves her away.
Garen will go with her, be like, "All right, don't worry, everything will be fine."
He's not going to me, is he?
You froze on what he was trying.
He's not going to attack me, is he?
Nah, no, probably not.
Inside check.
Did she actually?
Yeah.
He's like 80% sure.
Pretty good odds.
Well, she got a 10, so we're like we're both kind of in a space. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay, great. This is fine. Before whatever happens here takes place, does anybody else have anything that they want to do this morning?
I will probably go over to Sorry, I'm terrible with names. Is it possible to see the names on the tokens?
Absolutely not. Real quick though, ping who you're looking for.
Ryan's character right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you guys had the names up there.
Should be able to see the
Actually,
names
still-
at the bottom of Roll20.
I still can't see Ryan's character's health bar.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see it either.
It's only when I hover over people do I see their health bar.
I'm also not
Oh,
on this screen currently.
How about
My token
now?
isn't
Oh,
there.
yeah,
FYI.
I thought it was something with like Dristan. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Dristan as, for whatever reason, being the tour guide of the group, he's the only one who's gained my trust so far. Or the closest thing to trust anyway. And I am going to relay to him some new abilities that I have in case they should come up. I'll explain to him that if someone needs to be charmed, he could potentially do that.
Oh, I don't have Achilles on here. My bad. Bro.
Nope. It's all good. It's
Is there anything
assuming
else?
we're not about
It
to get
ran
into a
off
battle.
again.
It's okay. But just FYI.
Yeah, short teleports with Misty Step. And also, he'll probably keep protection from evil and good to himself. So mostly like, hey, like we can.
Oh, I see how it is. I see how it is.
Yeah, he doesn't need to divulge everything, but he's just gonna be like, hey, if there's somebody who's not really going the way we want to, and we want to handle it peacefully, this is a new ability that I have. So
Could prove useful.
just wanted you to know. And I appreciate the role you've played so far. Cyrus just had me write a letter too. A little concerning,
Yeah.
but
We all handle grief in different ways.
yeah, it seemed more like this was a ploy for money. But yeah.
Step 2 is bargaining, so that makes sense.
Yep. I think that's all I got.
He just wanders off like, yeah. Yep.
Today I saw it was a mashup that the animation BioWare uses for all the Mass Effect walkaways, where they like
Yeah.
that like real
The-
heavy head turn.
Yeah.
Just one of
really
those.
robotic and weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well,
You know,
it
in
probably-
acting classes, sometimes we learn to move in, so you lead the body with your face. You know?
very very natural, very normal.
Yeah, very natural. It's all about that character, finding that character.
Yeah.
So I brought it, and Irina holds the rapier out towards you.
It's not sheathed, right? The sheath is at her hip. Correct?
She's not wearing the sword belt at all. Like it's the whole thing.
just like
Yeah.
whipping it out.
Yeah.
Kristen kind of like stares at her. Let me see her stance.
All right. Damn it. Look, I've. It's different when it's not a practice dummy.
Correct. Let me see your stance.
She like tosses a look over to Garen, back to you. And for like a brief moment, there's a little spot of potentially spoiled rich girl that seems to bubble up. It almost seems like she's gonna decline. But she takes a step back and she actually puts the sword belt on her, like buckles it up. And she falls into stance, like leading with the sword, feet so far apart. And it's decent.
What's her mental state right now? What is she like? This is stupid, or like, why am I doing this? Or
Do roll an insight for me.
that makes sense.
I think Garen will do that too.
Nice.
Very good.
Oh, very nice.
Very good.
Nice roll, y'all.
We're reading her like a book right now.
Yeah.
To you, Drista, it's not hard to read her discomfort. Like one moment she's meeting your eye and then it's very quickly flitting away. When you don't immediately say something, she like adjusts stance. She lifts her arm a little higher, maybe a little too high, trying to compensate, trying to elicit a response of like, that's good, that's bad. Garen, maybe it's your history that helps you read her as well as you do. She looks scared. Like a lamb in front of a wolf, looking like she doesn't know what to do, just to drop it and run, to go and hide, to stand her ground. She looks a little scared.
He's gonna try and give her a little word of encouragement. He's gonna like try and look her in the eyes and be like, "You've done this before. You've sparred. You know what to do." Just
She
like any other
nods and
practice.
Her shoulders kind of roll back, stands a little straighter. Right. Any other practice? So do you want me to like attack you or?
I've noticed in our last few engagements you held back. The first one, I understand, that was a very unique circumstance. But the ones after that, the numbers were on our side. Barring certain abilities, it seemed victory was most assured. It seems that when given the ability to decline, you take it. That option may not be one going forward. So I need you to rip off this band-aid of any kind of mercy or any kind of doubt going forward. And then Dristan's going to kind of stand up and kind of straighten himself. Strike me.
Are you? She drops stance and like takes a couple of breaths and lines up again. Okay. Now? Okay. And she's got a lunge. Sweet baby, can you do it? What's your AC?
14.
So she lunges forward with that rapier. It's not like a clean movement by any means. There's a like a jerky lunge to it. It lacks finesse. And it's almost as if she suddenly pulls back when she sees that it might hit you. She pulls it short, like afraid that she's gonna hurt you. Which is
Why
to
did
say
you
she
stop?
missed.
She missed? Did she
She missed.
intentionally? Okay.
No, she missed. I'm playing it as her nerves got the
How-
better of her.
How much did she miss by? Was it like a close, like 13, 12?
She got an 11.
Okay.
Cyrus kind of wanders over to Garen, watching what's happening. Oh, are we playing? Are we playing Poke the Peasant? I
Shut
love
up.
this game.
He's
not
watching
gonna have
very
him.
intently.
I'm
You're not gonna
next.
have me cast spells at me or something, are you?
No.
Ismark
I
threw a
mean,
rock at me once because I missed. I don't want to play that game.
I don't think you quite understand. Right now, you are simultaneously the most valuable and the most vulnerable person on our team. We will not move from this spot until you draw blood from me, until you are able to get over your fear of hurting someone. Now, strike me.
Roll insight real quick. There's a slight like quiver to her bottom lip, but that she takes a breath, braces, and lunges forward again.
Is it a 1?
It's a 7.
Oh.
So
Ooh,
she
aim for the
lunges
bread box.
forward and she misses, and she shakes her head, kind of just doing that like whenever you get something wrong and you're like, no, you what is your deal? Like she's silently rebooking herself, and she tries again. And again.
And I have one more move I can make,
Go for it.
but it's pretty fucked up.
The following 3 are not phenomenal.
I was about to do something too, but I'll wait for Tristan.
I imagine Tristan's kind of just like letting them roll off him.
Like there's a couple that get close, but it's like she whiffs just past the arm. It's not center mass. It's a little wide. It's too short for the lunge. It's a myriad of reasons, and you can tell she's getting her emotional state is kind of steadily dissolving.
Oh, this might be a really bad move.
Fucking do it.
Is it because it's me? Because we're allies? Would it be easier if it were a different face? A different body? Maybe someone you can project your rage, your fear onto? And Tristan is gonna cast Disguise Self. The way that his Disguise Self works is it's almost like the shadows, kind of like, you know, the shadows of tree and leaves kind of, you know, cover his body and kind of filter all the way up to the top. So it's like he's stepping into darkness at first. And when the shadows evaporate and he is once again revealed to be in the light, however much there may be.
Here, real quick. That's so
Yes.
rad.
He is standing Well, you already know. You already know. Go ahead. Yeah. I use disguise self
I
to turn
can't.
Tristan into Strahd.
I figured. I'm trying to find the seagull, like just the face, but I don't seem to have it because he's been this kind of creepy figure standing off to the side so many times now. Beep boop. For the lulz. Booty boop. See how this goes.
I don't think it changes his voice, but when he does assume the form of Strahd, he will shout at her, "Strike me," in his like most terrifying way of saying that.
Okay. So
Here, this is why you're over here.
you give
Yep,
her the
fair enough.
order. There is a very visceral fear that comes to her eyes. You could see the whites of them. You can hear her breath stutter. There is suddenly a visible like shake in her form, like a uncomfortable tremble. But when she lunges forward, she aims true finally. And she hits with an 18.
I'll hit.
Yeah. So the blade pierces you. It bows a little bit under that pressure.
Yeah, what's the damage?
2.
All right,
When-
that's
Yeah.
take
When,
those.
when Garen sees it connect, he will step in because I feel like people's first instinct in fear and thing in front of them, especially with a stabbing weapon, is to then go like that.
Right, it's either that or run. It's gonna be one of the two.
Right. So he steps in and to pull her back into reality, he is gonna hand on her shoulder, pull her away so that she's not within range. Like, good. That's good for now.
Cyrus's eyes light up. Chills. I love it. Me next.
Can we be done now? Please.
Tristan's illusion is going to kind of wash away like a gust of wind, kind of just sweeps it away down the river, and he's going to be there kind of clutching the stab wound and see the blood. That is what we will need going forward. Channeling whatever that is. Today we are there to help you and guide you and protect you. But there may come a day where we are not there. And you need to be ready.
She nods, just kind of lowers the sword into the ground, like tip touching the soil. And she just says, "Okay, I'm done. You can have your fun with him if you want," she says to Cyrus as she hauls ass back to the fire. Oh god, she
Gar-
disappeared inside her brother. Okay.
Garen's gonna look at Dristan and that was probably smart. I'll start sparring with her and make sure she practices every day.
Really? I thought asking someone to stab me was a dumb idea. I was kind of not sold on it until it happened.
Yeah, well, she clearly needs to get over that stuff. Especially, I don't think she realizes that if Strahd does come, he's gonna kill everybody but her. And he's gonna walk off towards the campfire.
And I think that's when Tristan will have the flashback to the Vistani seer when she says like she will lead people, she will inspire others, and it's like she can fight, but she was also supposed to unite people. And Tristan's kind of like, God, I hope so.
Hmm.
And then we pan up into the
Into the wild, the beautiful sunny Barovia.
It's sunny for once.
There, there's like a little brighter spot in the clouds. It's barely making it through.
It's a little less gray on the like hex code.
So, I'm sure that concludes your morning. Before y'all head out any further, is there anything that y'all want to do?
Play the pan flute and say Strahd's name 10 times.
Roll a percentile die.
Did you fucking dare?
But honestly, like, while he's chilling by the fire, Achilles probably will be playing his pan flute.
Okay.
I don't know if Garen likes music when he comes over, but that's what's happening.
If there's alcohol, he doesn't care.
Some breakfast wine.
Wine.
Wine fortified with eggs.
Ah, mimosas. With wine and eggs? What?
No. I said wine
I'm just
fortified
owning you.
with eggs.
No!
I feel like you would start drinking a mimosa, and you're like, that is not orange juice. I don't know what the hell that is. But that is not orange juice.
It's a pot.
There are no oranges in Barovia.
Correct. I'm sure.
His lemon juice is just as good. It is not.
It's a meat martini made by the lady who makes meat pies.
Oh no.
Anyway,
The body part was orange.
y'all head
Liver.
out. Y'all
Yeah,
head
they hit
out
the road.
on the note of meat martini. Okay. So you guys continue to head west, following that waterway, I assume, and then you guys hop onto that main road. Go ahead, because it's my favorite thing. Somebody wanna roll a percentile die?
I think I did last time.
You
went
did last
terribly.
time.
I'll do it.
I think you got a 3.
Terribly. I got
I'll do it.
I think it was a 3 or 4. Yeah.
It was.
I'll
was
do it
pretty
since
bad.
I missed a week. This will be my penance.
Welcome back. Don't fuck us.
We said don't. God damn it.
Let me see. I made this stupid chart of like, oh, this would be our random shit. La la la.
35 golden rings. Hmm?
We're all level 35. That's what that roll means.
That would be great.
So the morning remains quiet. Irina very noticeably puts herself in the pack furthest away from Dristan as she possibly fucking can. And that's and wherever she goes, Ismark kind of trails after her, just an ever supportive, protective big brother. At some point, if y'all want to make insight checks, actually, or not insight,
Perception.
Perception.
Sure.
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Like you got a stain on your robes, Ulysses, that you just can't get out.
Right, some ink stain.
First of all,
Not mimosa.
this is a scarf, not.
Is it even a scarf or is it like an Afghan?
Listen, it's not an Afghan. It's the
What's
wrong.
Freddy got? Ascot? Askoff?
Yeah.
Ascot, yeah.
Ascot.
It is most certainly not an ascot. This is not a sailor's uniform.
Is it a dickie?
Oh, you
Question
won.
for the DM related to my nat 20. Did I actually spend a night with my patron last night, or was it
Yes.
in my head, or...
No, she like said, "Hey, I would like to feed." So she definitely rolled up last night.
Yeah, so I'm feeling really good right now. I know it didn't exactly show because his range on how he expresses emotion is not very high, but he is on point. He is on it right now, and he is ever sharp.
Which also with a long rest, you're got like whoever's stresses is lowered down. I know a couple people tacked on some things that they felt character wise. So if you guys noted that, I think I have everybody at 0 at this point.
Yeah. I like the
Which
idea
is-
that
which
Achilles
is
spent
gravy.
a whole solo day in the woods, but he's kind of too stupid to even take any possible stress damage.
It was just a day in the woods. It's fine. You've only been here a couple days. What's the worst? I mean,
I frolic to de-stress.
so the folks that got which one is Athena? Is Athena number 2
Yes.
on yours? Okay.
Yes. And hers is the smell or hearing if it mixes up
Okay. Noah, you start as you walk, the silence starts to get broken up with the cry of a crow. And it doesn't go away, you've noticed. Like it seems to be constant. It seems to be keeping up. It seems to be solitary. It seems to be following you, which is absurd, of course, until you notice Dristan and Garen both kind of acknowledging it as well. Every so often you'll see one of them like look up and track this solitary I said crow, it's a raven. The solitary raven, like breaking up past the trees, flying a few paces forward and stopping. It does not seem to be going away. And there's almost a moment where you feel like it almost seems like to be deliberately annoying. And at some point, as this continues to happen, bit by bit by bit, as you continue walking, as you ignore it, perhaps, it starts making different sound effects. It's like the sound of like a slashing sword, dripping water. There's a couple of times it actually drops onto the road in front of you, hopping a bit, and then like dashing off when somebody gets too close.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Dristan and start to point out what I'm noticing. It's like, hey, I assume you see all this, but just in case, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You catching this?
Mm-hmm. Ravens can be a number of things. They could be an eyes for him. They could be someone's familiar. They can also be... Do I know any other raven-themed people that might be in Barovia?
Mm-hmm. There is a group of people that are were-ravens. They are... Do you want to roll for it, or do you want me to give it to you? I feel like you'd know it, but also you might have a skewed perception on it being who you are.
You tell me what you think a 200-year-old antisocial would know about them.
Touche, well put. All right. Over the years, over the many long years, these creatures often make themselves scarce. They don't come out too terribly often. But they have really been the only group that have been vocal about being against Strahd. They haven't done anything to do it, like to carry that out. They haven't done, like, there's been no action. behind those words. But rumor has it that they are anti, and they are one of the very few groups in Barovia that would like to see Strahd's fall.
When you say order, are they like knights or a paladin, or are they like rogues, like a guild?
That is a little less something that you wouldn't know so much about that. They are secretive. You're aware of their presence, you're aware of what they stand for, but as far as who leads them, are they alone? Are they like in the secret society in the woods? They have not made that really known to anybody.
I relay all that information to Noah.
Okay. You mentioned we need to make allies. Are we gonna try for that? I mean, I'm not looking around here, seeing things fly by, thinking exactly. Just gonna assume that they're friends.
Just because an enemy of an enemy does not necessarily make you a friend. I think they're scouting us, trying to get an idea of what exactly we are. Would I know, do they like direct confrontation, or are they more like go at their own pace? You gotta wine and dine me before we meet up and talk about killing Strahd in the People's Revolution.
You have known them to be a little more standoffish. Typically, your interactions with anything that you might have felt to be a were-raven have just been watchful eyes in the trees. But this one, for whatever reason, is loud, and it's been trailing you for a good bit.
Can I stop the group? Is it following us currently, or is it ahead of us?
When you stop, it actually lands probably about like 40, 50 feet away in the path. And it drops and it just makes noises.
Oh.
Some clicking of its beak, some like actual bird noises.
When you say were raven, does it turn into a raven, or does it turn into a big raveny boy with claws and fangs, or would Tristan not know either of those things?
Actually, it does a little bit of both.
Okay.
Is it a raven that turns into a wolf when the moon is full?
Of course.
Okay.
I think that Tristan's going to reach into his bag and he's going to pull out some bread and some rations and kind of lay out a handkerchief or a napkin and then kind of place it in front of him and then take about a couple steps back, like 5 or 10 feet, and kind of motion for everyone to kind of just fall in and just kind of like paying respects. Not like so much food that like, oh, a bird, but like if they were to turn into a person, they're like, this is a bear. You know, why would you give me crumbs?
Right. Who do you fucking think I am?
You know, I'm not really a bird, asshole.
The raven hops forward a couple paces, and then on one of the movements forward, its wings spread wide, and there is a dynamic shift in its body. The wings spread wide, unnaturally so, until it, the feathers give way to fingers, to leather armor, to a standing person figure. They have like pure black eyes. They are elven featured, very pale, and they have little bits of feather coming out of their cheekbones down along their neck. Um, and when they like kind of gather their footing, they bow their heads. Hello. I was hoping to get your attention for some days now.
We've had a lot on our plate the last few days.
I've noticed.
How can we serve? We are travelers hoping to get to the north.
Actually, I was hoping that it was I that could serve you.
We accept.
Well, let's hear her out first.
Very
I'm
well.
kind of curious in what way she's talking about serving. Like, what's that
I'll
mean?
do the bisque and sourdough for the table, I suppose.
What?
Insight check her reaction to we accept.
That
We accept.
one of these fine black brows like quirks upwards, and then there's a tilt for their mouth. They seem pretty amused.
What is it that you want to help us with?
Your circumstances have changed recently, have they not?
Yes.
You went from being a group of people who had really no circumstance to their actions whatsoever, and now you carry with you dear Irina. We would like to help.
Oh, I'm a insect that right there. I feel like I know what she's getting at.
I too would like to insight. Actually, I don't know if I have a.
You could, I mean, it could just be reading people.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Well,
That's decent.
I'm gonna say Achilles is still too dumb to know that he should probably insight this.
He's got a single brain cell that he fights for, like, the use of, like, every day.
Yeah,
or-
he and Athena share a single brain cell.
Athena usually has it.
Yeah.
They seem to believe what they're offering is helping.
Is there a hint of malice in her? I want to help you by alleviating you of said escort.
Nothing that you could detect.
Okay. So you are aware of young Irina and her, we'll call them circumstance.
Yes, we have been aware of her for some time.
Are you guys just always looking around? How do you know these things? We've been not exactly blurting everything out.
But your presence has also not been quiet.
That's fair.
You have gone
Everyone looks at the dog.
She
You have
definitely
gained the
just
devil's
like
attention.
she just rips one, like the when that happens. Just a rippling husky fart when you all look at her. All right, not now.
But
Curly.
also, it is our job to watch. And so we have. We have watched as the devil played with you. And we have watched as you've absconded with his lady love. He will not like that. So, we, the Were-Raven, offered to take her for you, to hide her. Hide her from all of the allies that he has here in Barovia. And there are a great many.
That's definitely more than any fake trail I could make.
Just darting his eyes around, up to the trees behind trunks. Can he see any other ravens, or can he see any other shifting shadows?
I'll let you do
Just-
perception or investigation. My blanket's gonna kill me.
Not good.
There's birds. Like there's like a squirrel, but you can't get like a beat on
Are there
whether or
bear
not
squirrels I
there's
need to worry
other-
about?
I don't know. Now that you say something,
Squirrel girl.
But nothing is like as reading as a raven, and nothing is reading as it's watching you, quite like this one was.
I understand your perspective, and I appreciate your offer. However, I do not believe that is the correct path to take.
You do not. May I ask, where is it that you are taking her?
Client
There-
confidentiality.
They're going to watch us do it anyway, it seems.
It's a what's it, Velkistan?
Valakai.
Valakai?
It's actually Veliki, but I read it as Valakai, and once I go that direction, I can't bring it back. I can't do it.
I like Valakai better. That sounds
I do
more
too.
fantasy.
I do too.
Valakai, Valalo, it works.
Wumbo.
She it Wumbo. It's first grade SpongeBob.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it's Valaki. That, it's very Valaki.
Yeah.
Valakai.
Girl, you're so Valaky.
It's so fetch.
We have it on good authority that she, Irina, will be pivotal in what is to come. And it is my belief that hiding her away may not be the most suitable path for her. And when he says that, he's going to kind of look back to her with like kind of a stern face, a stern look.
Like, it's almost like you looking at her like triggers the movement of like, oh yeah, like she reaches for her sword like as you make eye contact. And the were-raven ahead of you like leans around to get an eye of her, and then assesses you as a group. So you intend to deliver her straight to the doorsteps of her enemies? Friends of the devil, you plan to take her there?
The Valakai?
Of course. There are his allies everywhere. You have the night hag Morgantha and her daughters at the Bone Grinder, the Walkters of Valakai, the Lich of the Amber Temple. They are far and they are wide, and you would deliver her there. I find this most interesting. But if that is the path that you choose, then we as the Were-Raven will stand by.
We would be most grateful. I have been in shadows for a very, very long time, watching this country grow but never change. And if I were to surmise, not cast judgment, that watching from the shadows, while safe, does not necessarily bring about change. I believe she may be the change.
They leaned to the side again, looking past everybody. And what of the pawn? Who has to play this game? What would she do? Should you change your mind, Irina? I am but a call away. And then back to the lot. I will be watching.
Sounds like we can count on that.
But you can. But it may not be for much else.
But before you go, it sounds like you're advising against us going down this road, yet at the same time, you're saying, like, well, if we insist, I guess we can fuck around and find out.
That is one way of putting it, yes.
So is that just your deal? You guys mostly just watch? You guys aren't ever getting involved? Is what Tristan says, is that true? That your plan is to just... You would have us just give her to you to wait in hiding and just nothing changes? Or do you advise something else that you've not made?
Who said that she would do not but wait?
That seemed to be what he was alluding to. Do you have other suggestions? You said you'd put her in hiding. Is there something... Do you have an alternative proposal?
She would be out of sight, but she would be working towards more. She would not be dragged around to these places where the devil waits.
You'd turn her into a were-raven or something?
No. We do not do this unless we absolutely have to. We do not share this curse. This is ours alone.
Can we just talk amongst ourselves for a second?
A group huddle, of course. I
Yeah,
will
okay.
wait here. And sorry, I've been trying to stay with the they pronouns. They drop very elegantly into crisscross applesauce in front of that offering of bread. And they just start picking at it.
Achilles like tries to shuffle around in the circles so that he can turn his back to it. Just be like, I don't want to look at that.
Yeah, they are oddly like fine with whatever we decide. I'm having a hard time getting a beat on what their motivations really are.
I mean, listen, like I said before, I can make a fake trail, but I can't fly Arena away from where we are.
But if our job is to escort her, then we're out of a job if we've got no one to escort. Then we're just a collection of chuckle fucks wandering in the woods.
Yeah, what do we do once we
Alright, first of all, that's basically my middle name. Second of all, we still have other, cards and things we gotta visit. It's not like our purpose is ended just because we take a shortcut and taking care of her.
Yeah, but if we give her away, they're gonna let us just get her back whenever we want. I don't think we can just drop her off and that's the end of it.
That's what I'm thinking. Fellas, you're still relatively new to Barovia. There's one thing that you gotta remember. The only person you can trust is yourself.
That's what I meant earlier when I said not necessarily the enemy of your enemy is your friend.
When you say you can only trust yourself, Athena definitely looks at Achilles like, oh.
Alright, so we're all in agreement then about no thanks.
They are likely very confident, because they are likely very confident that should our mission go poorly, they can quickly get to her and get her away.
So they get her no matter what, basically, is what you're saying.
So they're just
Possibly.
gonna,
If
they're
we
just gonna
screw
be
up.
over our shoulder. It looks
Did
like they
you-
have been over our shoulder, and they will be from here on out.
Did you hear what they said though? The walkers of Valakai? Are we walking right into something here?
Probably.
Is Mark's like he's trying to like peer into the group from the outside.
Well, apparently we're always walking into something around here. Here's my question. You say they seem fine with whatever we say. Are we sure if we say no that they're not gonna, like, you know, go all raven claws attacking us and stuff?
They're ravens. They wait until the things are dead before they take what they want.
I don't like that image
That's-
either.
No, but that's kind of good for us, I suppose.
When Asmar kind of pokes his head in, we are talking about the both of you. You might as well be a part of this decision. I believe that we were set on this path for a reason. And despite everything I've been through, something about this. Well, I'll say this. The Vistani are rarely wrong. There are few people that are hated by both him and the general public and still manage to survive. They must have something going for them. So I tend to trust them on these things. It's very possible that we are walking you into the Devil's Den. But it's also possible there's a reason for this. But it's up to you. The Were-Ravens are powerful. They are strong allies. But, as Noah pointed out, they are cautious. They wait, and they watch. And their schemes go on for a very, very long time. In Tristan's head, he's like, oh, I shouldn't have done the strike me test today. That was a dumb thing to do.
To be frank, the devil was kind of making himself at home at our house anyway. He couldn't come inside, obviously, but Irina will be in trouble wherever she goes.
We need like a mobile home. So that way, just he has to ask whenever.
Just one of those Windstream frickin' trailers.
Just pull a
could be
Jesse
made of
Pinkman like,
silver.
this is my
Armor.
domicile.
Madame Eva's card reading said, this card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. Evil's bride is the one you seek. I do not think this means shuffle you away into darkness. I think this means, as much as it pains me to say, to step into the light.
I have one request. Irina, like, starts coming up, like, from behind him, like, excuse me, do I not get to say? And he like, palms her face, just holds her straight back.
Hands, mister.
Sounds like a family matter.
We will follow along. And while I can respect what you did at the Sarpool, I did not like it. Teach her, train her, sure, whatever. But should there be an instance where it is out of her league, maybe don't put her straight into the fire, yeah? I heard the word night hag. She is not ready for a night hag.
Yeah, well, neither she nor us may have a choice.
All I ask is don't throw her straight into the middle of it. If we need to hold back, if I need to guard her outside of somewhere, sure, but I would rather not drag my sister straight to her death if I can handle it.
She's
No.
our most valuable card right now. Don't think we want to jeopardize that.
I agree. The night hags are dangerous. We will need to be very smart, cunning, how we deal with them.
At the same time, if you're walking into fire, you can't be complaining how hot it is.
Technically,
Yeah, alright, or you can
complain
throw
about
shit
heat.
like that at me and make sense, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm not really following all the high and mighty metaphors here, but I suppose it means we're holding on to you for a bit longer, lass, so we won't let you down. Get you to Valakai and all that.
Wonderful. Super fantastic. I always wanted to go there. Wonderful. Great.
Listen, I'm not
I
a
see
smart man, but I'm
sarcasm.
detecting a bit of sarcasm.
No. No, no sarcasm. No. None from me.
Ah.
Mm-mm.
Must have been something else.
Yeah, this is testing the limits of my readability here.
Come on, you gotta get better at that, man. Clearly, it
Oh.
wasn't sarcasm.
Master tracker.
So are you telling the bird to scamper off? Are we hoping that they stick around for a little bit?
I mean,
we
they're
going to
probably
keep-
gonna watch us regardless.
Feeding
Yeah.
them food?
Raven.
You may call me Anton.
Anton. Oh.
They stand up, still holding like a good portion of the bread. Like just picking like little bits with their fingers out and eating it.
I suppose I'm left with just but one question. Who does your wardrobe? Are they seeing clients? Are they reasonably priced?
We make it ourselves.
Oh, is it fireproof?
No. I'm afraid not.
Yes, that is a common problem.
I
I'll be in
have
touch.
I have another
be watching.
question. And I have another question, a little related.
Hmm.
You seem to be quite knowledgeable and have eyes about. Do you know anywhere where we could get arrows for a reasonable price?
For a second, Tristan's like, just like a real fat, like blink and you miss it, just on the corner of his mouth.
Do you not have arrows?
We do, but it's always good to be able to get more, and the prices have been quite steep.
Supply chain.
Unfortunately, I do not carry any with me. I would have to reach out to my kin to see if we have any to provide. However, the best bet would be Valakai, I believe. Go to the city. I'm sure they have enough to provide. Unless, of course, the most recent festival has consumed them all.
The Arrow Festival.
Wasting money in this economy?
Anton,
Yes.
I believe we are in agreement that Miss Irina is to stay with us for today. But I do not want it to be perceived as a rebuke of your offer. There may come a day where our goals align once again, and we are not just some travelers on the road. If that is to occur, I would like us to take up arms together.
They they reach back into a mass of like leather and fur, and they pull out this thong of leather, and on it there is a single golden bauble, like just round bead, and she holds it out, or they hold it out. Sorry, I'm the worst at pronouns. Oh my god. I made it. Oh man. Call us when you need us. We will be always watching, but just in case.
Thank you.
And that thing's got like a use of sending in it. Is
Cool.
what it is. Yeah.
I thought it was like a whistle or something.
just like a little panic whistle. And with that handed out, they they nod their head, and turn and start to walk away, just off into the trees. Not long after they're out of eyesight, you hear the flutter of wing. And then you see a raven take perch on a branch not too far off.
Can I insight they them?
Yeah. She, they, them. He, him, her.
Oof.
Ooh.
It was to see if they them think we have any shot or anything like that.
With those kind of really dark black eyes, like there's no whites in them. It's hard to track eye movement. It's really like it kind of warps your perception of their emotion a little bit. Hard to tell. A little hard to tell. They didn't smile or anything though. Seemed pretty straight-faced about it.
If they really didn't like us, we'd be dead. So there's that.
Your water drops from one of the trees, just like water like dropping into a pool of water.
We should keep moving. We should try and make the bridge before nightfall.
You don't have to tell me twice, especially if we got more ravens intercepting on the way and whatnot.
Or the gate, rather.
Westgate. Mm-hmm.
While we're walking, I forgot I actually also need to roll an HP upgrade for my dog.
Hey.
Do we want to take a bio break?
Yeah.
All right, she gets a whole 3.
Good for a dog.
All right, break screen. That's me. Where is it? Okay, be right back.
All right.
Okay, we're back, and wouldn't you know it, the Ravens just carried us all to Valaki. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fly, you fools.
Wow.
It didn't actually happen.
Too bad, really.
All right, enough of my fanfic. We're back.
Around there.
Was it a self-insert fanfic though?
Is there any other kind?
Good question.
Artem raises a good point.
Hey man, some of those people have made some pretty good money.
It's true. Twilight, hello. And
Twilight,
50 Shades of
50
Grey.
Shades.
Just make
Uh,
sure.
I
just
still
make
think
sure
she
There's a
needed.
whole-
I still think 50 Shades author needed therapy and not a book deal, but that's just me.
There's a whole like
Just
movie
saying.
book deal for some Harry Styles fan
Oh, I
fiction
forgot about that
somewhere.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's even creepier than 50
a
Shades because
lot.
that's a real
It's a
person.
lot. Yes, I agree.
Anyway, speaking of watermelon sugar, it's time for
So
Dungeons and Dragons.
the Raven person flies away, and you guys are back on the route, right? You guys are gonna keep on chugging down the road.
Yes,
Yeah.
Cool. So it's gradual, and you don't really notice it all at once. But bit by bit, you see differences in terrain where it starts to kind of get a little bit more rocky. In the distance, you can see different hillsides and mountains kind of cresting up above trees. Whereas before it just looked like trees, you can start to see more definition the closer you get. And eventually, path kind of clears and it opens up, and you see this stone structure. It's tall, 40, 50 feet. It's wide. It's stretches on as far as the eyes can see until it kind of merges with cliff and hillside. But before you, on this trail, is a gate. On either side, there are these massive figures that look like old metal. Oh my god.
Titans? Giants?
The thing that you wear, that's the breastplate and stuff. Armor got there. Appreciate you. But
Okay.
also, it's
Armor.
that tall. It's that tall.
Oh! What's that thing? There's a class. It's
It's been a long day. Not that long of a day, but it's been a Monday. They are tall though. It's giant, like looks like suits of armor fit for a Titan. And both of them are holding spears or halberds, kind of crossing over the top of these rickety-looking bars that serve as a gate.
Ooh.
Ooh. Jinx.
That was hilarious.
It's quiet. It's
Too quiet.
eerie. As you kind of make your approach, that same raven comes and settles on the ramparts like high above you. And as you move forward, those gates slowly like start to creep open.
Can I do a perception check?
You absolutely may.
I feel like this is a really good ambush spot.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
Oh, I know everything about this place.
We back, boys. We back.
Nice.
So Dristan cracks open the Wikipedia page for this fortress.
I activate my VATS, so it's like, and it highlights all the bad guys.
Dristan in universe opens up a book of Curse of Strahd.
Like, oh
Hang on,
yeah,
I got
let's
this.
see.
What'd you say, Mr. SK? Yeah, I got this.
So you don't see anything like immediately, not immediately through the gates. But you notice in the muck, in the mud that has become the trail leading through, you notice there are footprints, seemingly quite fresh. One or two of them are humanoid, while another one looks bestial. Like a massive ass wolf paw, but far bigger than what a dire wolf could probably put down.
Are there chains or any kind of lines to indicate that this creature was a prisoner?
No.
And based on the shape and size, one would be led to believe that this is a large wolf.
Actually, with that 25, you notice the foot patterns. It's not 4 different feet walking. It seems to be just 2. It's potentially bestial, but bipedal instead of on all 4s.
Tristan's going to call over Achilles and kind of point down and say, "Friend of yours, by chance?"
I can check.
Accidentally closed by roll 20 one time.
Okay. Sid, should that be a survival or nature?
I would accept either, to be honest.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna do. Are they the same? No, they're not the same. All right, here's survival. There we go. Not great. I mean,
Saw
not
that
bad,
19 for a second.
but not fantastic. A 13. How's that?
And what specifically were you trying to determine?
Tristan was like, "What's up with this?" And I want to know what's up with that.
Cool. So it doesn't look like a normal wolf,
Okay.
or even a big wolf for that matter.
Okay. That's what I get.
It is a big, huge wolf with 13. Yes.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be a lot bigger than girly here.
Bigger than a dire wolf.
I don't know that
And it doesn't appear
there-
to be walking on 4s.
Is there any reason? Okay, even with a 13, I'm guessing there's no reason for me to know what this is, or like I would have encountered anything similar, right?
You probably wouldn't have encountered
Yeah,
anything
okay.
similar, no.
Listen, you know how I'm new around here to this whole Barovia place? That kind of goes for the creatures too. So it's bigger than Athena here. That's about all I got. Sorry, I'm used to tracking things that are like, from my neck of the woods.
That's all right.
I mean, you got tracking things too, right? I mean, you know the species from around here. Does it look like anything you'd know?
Well, we did just see one of the were-ravens today. They're not the only were-people in these parts.
Other people are turning into animals.
Animal hybrids.
Oh, so now you're going to tell us there's such thing as werewolves?
Oh boy. Shield
no
on for
way.
Garen.
Hey, Charmer.
I mean, you've been around these parts too, Garen. You don't have any idea when you look at this thing? Because I'm going to be honest. It makes sense that I don't really know what's leaving these footprints, but if you veterans don't know, that leaves me quivering in my boots a little bit more.
I don't look at the fucking things. I just fight them.
Okay, that makes sense. Can I get a swig of what you keep in that canteen before we face whatever this thing is? Little liquid courage. Appreciated.
Hands over flask.
Oi. And he'll even like, do you mind if Athena takes a sip?
Give that to your
Yes.
dog.
There you go, girly.
Go for it.
Just a sip or two. Back where I'm from, they actually make dog beer.
I was just about to say I want that dog to make a con save.
It's not bad for humans in case of an emergency. Do you actually want Athena to make a con save?
I mean,
I think it
potentially you're just giving it a beer.
It's got the biomass of a child.
Let's see what happens. 16.
She okay?
Yeah.
You've given that dog too much booze.
Yeah, this is not the first time, for sure.
I was ready for that one clip if it rolled a 1.
Remember when I said that Athena and Achilles share one brain cell? They also share like half a liver.
I'm going to take a look ahead.
Can I do
Be at the ready, and keep your eyes peeled.
Wait, just to be certain before you go, you mind if Athena takes a little sniff here? Maybe she can at least set you off in the right direction?
I did come to the Beastmaster for this reason.
Right. Sometimes I forget there's 2 of me. Well, it's like we share one brain cell. Anyways. Alright, Sid, I'm gonna use, would you say I could use the keen senses here? Keen hearing and smell to do a perception? Well, it's a perception check. I don't know if you'd allow it here. Just for her to get, like, investigate the thing and then try to get a whiff and at least give Tristan the first direction to go.
I will say those footprints look to be heading through that gate. For her to get a perception as to which direction they went after that gate, she's gonna have to move forward a ways.
Okay. Does she necessarily have to go through it though? Like, could she still like kind of get up to it and then sniff like, okay, I know it's this way versus this way?
I mean, technically, yeah, I guess.
Okay, she will do that.
I wouldn't advise letting your companion go too far.
All right, maybe we'll save this one then. You're a little bit more sneaky, right?
They won't even see me.
I don't know what that means. I'm gonna go over here and cover myself in some mud.
Speaking of, I can't see him now.
Yeah.
As a part of Dristan's shadow touched feat, once per day, he can cast invisibility on himself, which he will use. And as a dampier,
Damn, Pier.
let me see. There it is. Dristan has spider climb.
Hell yeah.
Yuck, I hate it. Good
Nice.
job.
Thank God he's invisible. We don't actually have to see this happen.
I think his I remember it's creepy for Braun, but for his, like, he just, not that anyone can see, but it's just a very Nosferatu, like one step and then the whole camera shifts with him,
That's pretty sick.
and then he's just
Yeah.
kind of like walking calmly up the side of the wall, up to the top, and looking over the edge.
As you get to the top, you look over. Let me see here. So from your vantage point, in the way off distance, you see an old mill. Beyond that, you see hints of the Lake Zarevich, like way beyond. But closer to the tree line here. Make a perception check, or perception or investigation, probably.
Would my vantage point give me advantage?
Yes. So it's just off of the road, but a little ways into the tree line. You see what appears to be a severed leg. like right at the knee. Mangled, torn apart, still wearing a shoe.
Nice shoe.
It's one of those like more comfy shoes, I would say. Probably like a farmhand type of shoe.
It's a distance away, but am I able to tell if there was a tussle or skirmish around where that leg is, or was it just like tossed there from somewhere else?
You can definitely make out the figure of those prints, those massive ass prints, because they leave a pretty good indention in the midst of human foot traffic. So you see those kind of in that direction. But I mean, you see blood. Probably nothing that would show tussle though from your vantage point. No. Like you see like the bigger details of it.
And no idea, no beat on whatever that big wolfy boy could be, where that could be.
Not immediately. But there is one single thing of prints that like they follow the road for a ways and then they're in the trees and that's where you see the foot.
I will. A wolf will smell me. Ain't no invisibility for that.
He may have already had.
Tristan's gonna walk back down the side of the wall and say, basically, just kind of in the center of everyone. It's a to the north.
Ah!
Weirdly, Garen's looking right at you.
Tristan clocks that and he kind of lets it go for now.
Oh yeah, did you get within 10 feet of me when you came back by any chance?
Probably, if people are standing close to each other.
Yeah, at some point when you get pretty close, I like look right over at you.
I think we have the same thing.
Oh, interesting.
Anyways, to the north of here, a discarded member, a leg. I believe that whatever came through here fed very recently and is likely, possibly still in the area. I can go forward first and have you come in after me. And if I spot something, I'll make it known. But we should get through this area quickly to avoid becoming its just desserts.
If it's just one, maybe we should all move through.
As far as I can tell, it's only one. Though the fact that there were two other... You said there was one and two other people with it?
Yeah, so there's two different sets of like fresh humanoid and then like there's the bigger monster boy tracks as well. That seemed the freshest out of the...
Does it look like they were walking together, or one was stalking the other?
Ooh. In the mud and like some of the softer ground, it's a little harder to tell footfalls because once you step, it's squish.
Yep.
But there is a point where the mud kind of clears up, and this is writing on that nat 20 you got. There's a point where it clears up a little bit, where it's a little easier to read those finer details. And the more monstrous footprints, they look to be landing a little softer, maybe favoring the outside of the foot as opposed to just stomping straight down. So maybe they're trying to walk a little quieter.
Yes. Whatever protections, augmentations, weapons, that voice was in the direction of Irina. you have, I would draw them and be ready with them. We should try to be quick, but we should try not to draw too much attention to ourselves. Are we ready?
Ready as we can be, I suppose.
Summon the sword into my hand.
I think I'm going to walk like 10 or 15 feet ahead of the group, but still pretty close. Just kind of keeping the eyes, little peepers peeled as we pass through the gate.
Question. I did say that weird combat was going to happen, depending on stuff, but also we started a little late. Do we want to cut it at start of combat and then we kick off next session right at like, let's fucking go? Or do we want to try to get through combat? I know it's getting a little later for y'all.
I'm good with combat.
I am too.
Combat.
I'm cool
Then-
to get it done.
God damn it! All right, that means I have to do initiative.
Hell yeah.
Guys, I don't think we're making it through.
We're not gonna. And we're gonna use another fun little theater of the mind map here. Let me doodle this out real quick. So like, here is the road. That's a pretty sweet road, you might say. Well,
Arda, where did you get that clip from?
It's very good.
I
There's a
don't
shoe.
remember.
Dun dun.
It's very appropriate. It just
oh shit!
confused.
I like how it's on your channel.
I clipped
I'm
it so long ago.
It's not for this.
This was a called shot from 2 years ago. You just line that shit
What?
up and gonna need
Y'all-
this one.
if you're ever like this is a bad. Sometimes if I'm up really late, I'll make really dumb shit.
But, like the trees are over here, and there's like a ton of trees, but also there's a foot. Like, oh look, a little shoe, and
Click
like a
play
little
all.
footsie. And then like, oh god, so much blood. Oh god. But also there's trees. There's so many trees. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry, I'm drawing lines now, just to be trees. Okay. But also, I need to look at that fucking clip.
Oh, it's
There's
it.
a
I
shoe.
love this
What
map
the fuck?
a lot. I
It's a
really-
shoe. That's it. My god.
This map
Okay.
is great.
Thank
Yep,
you.
I love it.
I did really hard work on it. Please just pretend, use your mind palace. Either side of the road, basically, it starts off as kind of really sparse, gets thicker into trees kind of once you clear that general gate area. It kind of delves back into like, woodsy. But like, there's like, oh god, here's the this thing. Beady like that's part of the wall, and you guys are like right in there, and I'll put you guys there also because I am an excellent dungeon master and I know exactly what I'm doing. But first I have to gather everybody because I'm a piece of shit. Okay. We got you, and we got you, and we got you. And
Yeah, can we
got-
have one of those DMs that
you.
doesn't have to gather everybody? That is just
And you?
all of it's magically done.
you?
You can't
No.
just snap your fingers and
Yeah,
Have it
I want one of
granted.
the DMs that doesn't put any work into things, but it's all done.
I think I see him. I think I see him right there.
Oh my god. Okay, we're deleting
Jesus
Sir Pool
Christ, that's-
map.
Jesus Christ, it's
Jesus.
Jason Bourne.
it's Jason Unborn,
Him.
I think.
Oh no. He's
Who
got
drew
claws.
that? What the fuck?
Well, at least he's not angry. At least, at the very least.
We
Oh,
now
no.
have the
Oh
thumbnail
no.
for
He
this
looks
session.
angry.
I didn't
That's
realize
the
we were
thumbnail.
fighting a Stuffle from Pokemon.
Keeping it.
Oh
Keeping it.
yeah.
Yes,
A
please.
beware. Oh no.
Please, Sid, please. That has to be the thumbnail. This just angry Charmin bear.
Guess what? I already clipped it.
Beautiful. Thank
It's
you.
mine now.
Thank you. And I always forget, but technically Rangers get advantage on initiative. The revised Ranger.
Oh shit! Now I gotta do initiative. Goddamn. Okay.
Wait, hold on. We haven't even set the scene yet.
We haven't even set the scene yet, technically. I'll bring it up just in case.
Whoa.
So coming through, it's similar to the path that you've been seeing. That mud kind of clears up into more refined pathway, as it is a main thoroughfare road. The mud, the rock, maybe the building debris gives way back to trees. Thicker in some areas, a little sparse in others. Again, it's very similar atmosphere to what you've been traveling for the majority of the day. But coming through that gate, it's not hard to spot the severed limb, like just in the corner, the curve of the road just beyond that tree line, especially when it's pointed out to you. Those massive beasts are trailing up this road as well. You see them veer off into the woods where that limb is. But for the most part, it's quiet, aside from the occasional like chitter of the raven that's been following you. We're gonna do this real quick.
Sorry.
I keep looking, seeing how, as best I can, trace the footprints of the creature.
To draw them, you said? So
No,
it's
just-
going like boom, puddle, puddle.
Oh, we
I
got-
forgot to
we got
tell
a-
you, it's using stilts.
Like that's the general line of it. It kind of comes up around. Oops, no, that's the one time I haven't had the little draw hand up. Okay, so it comes up around this area. It veers off to the side into the trees, right
Can
around
I
there.
pick up this giant sword and use it?
You can certainly try.
I want to be guts now. I want to be berserk. I'll just kind of keep walking up the path while still invisible.
I just rolled initiative ahead of time. Just
Thank you. God bless you.
I think there's a little.
oh, it looks like a number of people did.
Do me give me another perception check that's sound based.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I want to stay. Is Tristan going way out ahead of everybody? Because I would like to remain within 30 feet if possible, because then he cannot be surprised.
I was thinking like 10, 15 feet.
You said perception that is sound based, yes.
Mhm.
There you go with the keen senses, and the massive 15 with keen senses.
And that's with Athena, right?
Yes.
Where is she at? Because you haven't moved her.
Oh, I'm
just
sorry.
out of curiosity.
I mean, she's gonna be right beside me, and I'm probably right up here with these boys. There you go.
I just want to double check, but I'm pretty sure.
I was
Yeah,
wondering if that was an actual nat one, Artem.
Well, it is.
Yeah, companions within 30 feet of me cannot be surprised except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep.
Nice. So Athena's ears, they kind of perk off to the right, generally in the direction that Dristan is going. You don't see anything though. Dristan, you got an 8. You hear just this sort of hitching gasp almost. It's faint, it's distant. It could be your foot getting stuck in a weird little mucky spot. It's hard to tell with that.
So I'll do the best I can to remain like in the center of the group, so anybody within 30 feet behind, anyone 30 feet forward, everybody's going to be in that zone of warning.
Dope.
I'll get about 10, 15 feet away from the attack and kind of look over it closer now.
Whoa, sorry. Roll 20s. I need to refresh. It's being really weird. It's dragging the whole screen when I'm
Oh, yeah, I
trying
know.
to move my token.
Uh-huh. I deleted that whole Sirpool map because
There
it
we
wouldn't
go.
let me grab a token.
That was real weird. It was like, oh, you want to move the Earth, right? You want to warp space around you.
From here, Cyrus, you also hear this sort of like just off in the trees somewhere. Dristan, you can see that limb, and you can see more blood just a little further up ahead, kind of trailing into like some trees. You can see claw marks in the ground, just scraping at the earth. And a little further in, hunched over a body, you see a very large figure covered in fur. It's got really high pointed ears. It's wearing some like crappy like ripped up clothing, and it appears to be tearing into a young man that is missing a leg.
Would it be
Just
too meta
Oh shit, how did that happen?
to know about certain weaknesses or lack thereof of certain creatures in Barovia? Wildlife culture.
For here's
Maybe.
It's huge.
For you and Garen, I would say that's totally within the realm of possibility. Give me, I would accept history, I'll accept arcana, and maybe nature.
They're all the same.
Great.
Oh my god.
I'm not being too lenient then. Maybe I am.
Pardon me, Lou Ferrigno, have you seen a
Artem, you
werewolf
need to-
anywhere around here?
No. Artem,
It's
you
okay,
need to
Artem.
refresh.
Just get the bad rolls out of the way before combat starts.
I'm refreshing.
I mean, it's kind of general rule of thumb, I would say, that non-silvered weapons are generally not super awesome against werewolves. Like, generally silver does pretty solid.
Are they generally super not awesome, or are they useless?
They are. You're right, they're useless.
Even magical?
No, it's just bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks not made with silver weapons. It's under immunities. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was kind of getting at.
My busy, everybody. So sorry. It should be fine though. It should be fine.
Well, I mean, Magic Sword Boy, you got this, man. You got this. Listen, your lady is gonna be so impressed when she finds out that you single-handedly killed this thing all by yourself.
Did I say weird combat? Maybe I just meant like absurd combat.
Other people have magic, right?
I'm right here.
Little
I've
bit.
literally seen me do magic.
He's right there. Mm-hmm.
But I'm fine if it is my blade that vanquishes the beast.
Oh wait, my longbow's magic, so then my arrows are magic. That's how that works, right?
But also they're arrows, and you need to watch it. You need to watch your back.
I know. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know.
Wait, your
So let's
bow's
see.
magic?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's your uncommon.
Yep.
solid.
He's super dead.
All right, so that's that's everybody but Achilles. That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Totally did my
Achilles.
homework.
Achilles, you should get your dog far away from here. Your
Oh,
dog is
yeah.
going to die.
Unless you want a werewolf.
Hey,
dog.
she's got another hit die.
Achilles, I hope you have some kind of magic.
Like,
Do we want to go into initiative at this point? It hasn't seen you yet. It seems totally invested in the meal.
yeah.
Ooh, can we like do an ambush like on the count of like 1, 2, 3, and everybody like do a thing? Cause then we could like set them up, you know?
I could shoot a firebolt at it. That's been going great so far.
Well, it's got a 3 in the initiative order, so you guys should
you
have
wanna
a
go to-
great time.
To round order, that's fine.
I mean, if you guys would like to, if you guys are going to try to sneak out of it, I mean, that's totally a viable option as well.
I mean, if we could land a an ambush attack, that would be tight. But
I was going to try and pin it with an ensnared shot to try and keep it at bay as much as I can.
No, this was 21.
okay. And
You used initiative on that, right, Noah? Or not
Uh,
initiative, but advantage?
Yep.
Or that perk? Okay.
I think mine was 7. Yeah.
It was 15.
Okay.
15,
okay,
yep.
Okay. 7.
Literally 0.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Was that exactly what I read? Because when I saw that initially, I was like, that can't be right. I've never
No,
rolled
that's
that
right.
low.
I rolled a 1 minus 2 technically.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
I will say, I think being a little bit further ahead with its back turned, Tristan will use the opportunity to try and take a shot, because that was kind of the point of him going ahead, is to try and draw its fire.
Hold on,
unless-
I just learned
Noah, you want to
that
go first?
I can make these into individual
It doesn't really
boxes,
matter
and
to me. I
that's
mean, I'm
super
first in the
rad.
turn order, so if it's easiest to just do that, that's fine. I don't have a strong.
This is great.
Then I think that you would see as Tristan, his invisibility would drop as he concentrates on pulling back an arrow which has a number of thorns wrapped around it.
Okay.
And he is going to fire it in the direction of the werewolf.
All right, and that's what initiates the combat or the
Yep.
initiative order. Okay. All right.
And this is at advantage because it doesn't know we're here.
Get your sneakies in. Fuck.
20 to hit.
Yeah, I guess that hits.
I need a strength save from
Okay.
the werewolf boy.
Oh, do we have music?
I maybe I didn't share.
That is a 14.
I think that's just enough. Yeah, the save DC is 14. So he would snap free and break from it, just barely. Just barely.
Does it deal any damage?
Fuck. Oh! Yes.
What was that for?
It's trapped in there just enough to get that firebolt to frickin' hit right on target.
Nice. Okay, so Tristan starts it off. That arrow flies in, and it was ensnaring strike. These vines start to wrap around it, and it seems like mid-grab for a new chunk of flesh. The vine catches its attention by like holding its hand away from its mouth, and it rips its hand away, looks up towards you just in time for that to hit it.
Whablamo! 15 fire damage.
15 fire damage.
Plus 10?
I thought we were doing the thing of it. The first
Oh,
one
yeah,
does
yeah,
max
yeah.
damage. Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I'm a fan of that.
That's the first one. He does get, because of Dread Ambusher, get a second shot.
Oh, sorry,
Which-
I didn't mean to.
You're
Get
good.
ahead of
You're
you.
good.
It could be like a.
But it's not going to hit anyways. 10. Bummer. That's a much stronger hit.
Still 26 with R2. That's pretty good.
And yeah, Dristan is now visible and took his 2 shots. So.
All right.
That's Noah's turn. Dristan, is it your? Are you skipping this turn?
I can take another because that was my
That
other
was the
shot
initial. Okay,
the initial. So
hit it.
yeah, it's going to be. It's got 1 spell slot left. He'll conserve it for now. He'll take another shot. Oh, but the numbers are not on his side right now.
Goes
So-
wide, just like doesn't even like get into the right neighborhood or the zip code maybe.
On my turn, I think I would have stepped forward just in case it was going to start charging.
Yeah.
Tristan is going to kind of move back a little bit to
Okay.
get some distance. And that's my
That
move.
brings us to Achilles.
I have no idea, because if I can't hurt this thing, or reasonably hurt it, and I don't really have spells to hurt it, and Athena just has regular bites, I think my best thing right now is just to, like, back up toward our charge a little bit, and just, like, hold an attack in case it gets close. I don't know what I can do to it.
I know.
You
I'm
like-
I'm not saying you
So-
absolutely have to. Like I've been there before.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for now. I don't know what else I could really do,
And that brings us
because I don't have offensive spells.
Do you have any like
Irina.
buff or debuff?
I have absorb elements, alarm, and cure wounds. So
All right, hang back and heal.
Cure wounds will probably be good.
yeah,
Yeah, protect yourself for now.
It means I can use my spell slots to attack.
Not all of
There
them.
you go.
Well, not all of
Irina
them.
starts to draw her sword, and Ismark actually like reaches out and grabs her shoulder and is like, he didn't mean this time. He didn't mean this time. And she's
Not
like,
this time.
what do you mean not this time? Not, come here, come sit, come. He brings her back to his side because he's about as useful in this instance as well. Cyrus.
Yeah, Cyrus is gonna kind of like peek around Noah, and he's going to kind of like one hand finger gun, and a little cloud will kind of erupt, kind of start seeping out from his finger, and from this cloud, this green laser flashes out, and hopefully a ray of sickness connects. Well, that was an 11. So I don't think that connects.
It does not.
Yeah,
Very
it goes,
close, though.
it goes wide.
The streak continues.
Oh
Poor
man.
Cyrus. Is there any movement you'd like to do?
Just tucking back behind Noah and kind of like gently like resting his head like a on his back for a moment until he recognizes, oh no, we're doing great. We're doing great. What, Tristan?
Ismark is going to take a knee and start rifling through his pack. He begins to pull out a torch and some flint and put some effort into lighting that this round. Which brings us here already, I guess.
Oh God.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a
Dang.
fast boy?
It's not that fast. Oh, hey, he is. Huh.
Oh,
He's not
no.
that fast. Fuck. It's fine. He gonna come running up. He can only get there.
Oh,
Oh,
you lucky son of a bitch.
Unless he dashes, but then he can't do shit. So does it matter? Wait. Each 5 feet.
Oh, Lord, he coming.
Five
Did you stop
feet.
reading the stat block?
No. I thought I put him closer. It's fine. Garrett.
Okay. Do I go for debuff or do I go for attack?
I don't know. Don't think you can go wrong on this.
Debuff at the beginning could be helpful.
All right. Then I hope to God I hit. I'm going to cast Rave Enfeeblement.
Ooh.
That should
Could
hit.
be good.
So I like to think
That
that this doesn't come from his hands or finger. He actually like lifts the eye patch, and that dead eye everybody watches as there's some sort of like look that he gives, and it's that
Yeah.
like grandpa like I'm gonna fuck you up look. And the werewolf's like,
The human and the werewolf is like,
why do I think grandpa can hurt me?
Are you the old man from Telltale Heart?
maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So,
he if
only
he
half weapon
hits, yeah, if he hits with any weapon attack, which I'm assuming that claws and biting fits in that, they will deal
It
only
would.
half damage.
I think they'd be natural weapons. I think that's what they're usually called.
Yeah.
But that's really
And then
good.
At
Mhm.
the end of each of its turns, it's a con save to try and get against it. So that's like, Noah, you've got one turn where you're gonna take half damage if you get hit.
Noah.
Alrighty, it's up on me now. So sword is coming out. I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna take a swipe at him. Oh, that's a D10. Fine.
Don't roll those.
Hey,
That hits.
I'm gonna slice him. And because that felt real good, he's gonna action surge and slice him again.
Do it.
Do
Do it.
Does that hit?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Two. It's doing it one-handed right now.
Ooh.
All right, I'll take that.
Very good. You needed
Back
that.
beast. Yep, it's my turn.
Tristan.
Yeah, now that it's up on us, I am going to try it one more time. I'm going to use a bonus action to cast my last spell and attempt another ensnaring strike. And I'm going to try to hit it.
That hits.
I got to roll to hit it first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the other one.
15 to hit.
15 does hit. Yeah. I was reading that
that's-
DC 14 as an attack.
Yes. Could I have a strength save, please?
Yes, you may. That's a 13.
This time, the arrow hits, and wrapped in black, viscous vines, he is ensnared, which is, I think it's restrained. Restrained. And I think at the start of each turn. So it does a d6 at the start of its turn of vine damage, which I believe is magical. Piercing damage? I don't know, whatever.
And he can still attack, right? With restrain?
So
He just can't move. I'm pulling it up right now just to make sure.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have
Have
disadvantage.
advantage. Okay. Very good, very good, very good.
Also takes disadvantage on dex saves.
Yes.
Makes
Yes.
sense.
So he is, what was it, enfeebled, and now he is ensnared. So
He's having a time.
Yeah. Why am I so weak fighting these guys?
that is his last spell slot. So and that is his action and bonus action. And Dristan will kind of strafe around over here to try and, if he needs to, draw its attention away from the rest of the group. So
Okay.
that's my move.
Achilles.
All right. They're doing a good job of holding it in place, Skittle. You stay here, watch them. I can't just let them have all the glory, you know? And so Athena's gonna stay put. And I'm gonna run up here next to my buddy now that this thing's all tangled up, and I'm gonna go ahead and take some attacks. It'll have resistance, but you know, so be it. We can at least do some more damage to it.
It'll have immunity.
Yeah, it's immunity.
Oh, it's full immunity?
Yeah, it
I
doesn't.
thought it
It's
was
not
just
gonna do a thing.
resistance. Well,
So
I literally have nothing then.
You could knock it prone.
I was gonna say, if you knock it prone,
Shove attacks.
it cannot get up while it's restrained.
It can try to swat, but also it's doing half damage.
Okay.
Doing disadvantage.
So in that case, I guess I'll go for a grapple
I think it's a
Shove?
trip
Shove.
or shove.
or
yeah.
a shove, whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever actually done literally a shove attack. I don't know how is that rolled.
You just do an attack like normal, but instead of damage, it will gain the prone condition.
Gotcha.
A shove is a contested strength check.
God. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, in the new version, they're gonna make it like it's just if you hit, it's knocked prone. At least that's the test
Oh.
material. But yeah, right now it's a contested thing like a grapple.
Okay.
Which I don't think with restrained, it doesn't have disadvantage on strength saves or checks or anything like that. But if you're able to knock it over,
Okay.
it won't be able to get back
Right,
up.
that's
What
that's
about
one
the-
more thing.
What
Well-
about the enfeeblement? Does that help at all?
No, because that's just half damage if it does hit.
Got it. Okay.
So if you want to knock it over, that
But
definitely.
right now,
Actually, you know what?
it's spreading lycanthropy to anybody. This is probably good shit. So
Yeah. Hold on. I need to. What the heck is my race called? Satyr. I didn't want to double check something. I have a ramming attack. I don't remember if that can do a prone. No, it can't. That can't knock them prone. Okay, so I just have to go for a shove. All right, yeah. So hearing people calling out for some sort of pin or whatever, Achilles will just be like, same deal. All right, I guess it's what I can do.
You can
know.
you can give it some ramming flavor anyway.
Yeah, I can give it some ramming flavor, I suppose. But yeah, so I'm gonna like run up and go for the pin then, Sid. It's opposing strength checks, we said?
Yep.
Okay. Am I getting anything extra, or does it just have disadvantage?
it doesn't even have disadvantage. It's just
Oh, I thought it
contested right
had.
now.
I thought the enfeeblement gave it some of that. I guess not.
no, that's just half damage.
All right.
Hey!
Is that showing a 9 on screen for anybody else though?
It's right. It's cocked on screen.
All right.
It is kind of weird.
Okay. So yeah, Achilles is like, I can't let him have all the glory, and then just like, gonna run up and try to knock it over with my horns.
This thing drops to the ground like a sack of flour, just straight into the ground.
Whoa. All right, so Achilles just does like, he goes like, whoa! All right, you have fun with this now, and I'll take a step back with my remaining movement.
He can still take a
It's fine.
ops,
It's fine.
right? It's a disadvantage.
It's a
but-
disadvantage.
It's fine. It's still what he would do.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Fine. That's fine. Beep-boop.
It's at disadvantage, and if it connects, it's.
It
half
doesn't
damage.
connect.
Okay.
He tried though. He's desperate.
And actually, hold on, just for the flash of it. I leap away because I can as a
oh,
satyr.
that's right.
And I
Oh,
leap
you're-
away. I knock it over and I look at Noah and I say, "That's me," and I just leap back 13 feet in reverse.
All right.
Irina's like freaking John Travolta in that one scene. Cyrus.
All right, I'm glad I could contribute, guys. Thanks for the shove suggestion.
I
Cyrus
really
crushes
wanted-
around to the side. And now you will die.
He is on the ground though, right? So would that mean Cyrus
I'm gonna roll
has
2 of these bad boys and hope.
disadvantage?
Wait, what?
If it's a ranged attack, you have to go next to it.
Because it's on the ground. Isn't that a thing?
It is a thing. It's up to you as a DM if you want to.
I don't
How
really
you wanna
like the
flavor it.
thing. It doesn't make sense to me because I would think it's on the ground. Like it's, I mean,
I feel like
same thing.
there should be like, if it's like 100 feet away, then
Yeah.
Right. If
Yeah,
you're
but if
close,
it's like-
yeah,
It's
I
also
agree.
like
It's like-
point blank, yeah. And
It's
that's kind of what
decided.
I'm going for.
Right.
if we're okay with that, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
15
fine with
feet,
that.
I can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of those hit. I'm glad everybody agreed on that because I was like, that's silly goose shit. but
All
okay.
right. So
I was
then-
looking it up because I was gonna have the same thing too. I'm like, just like
So I rolled the hit so it wouldn't auto burn the spell slots, but I'm casting Witch Bolt at 2nd level.
Oh, nice.
And so let me see what those dice were. 8's pretty good. I think I'm gonna.
Your
stick
attack
with
has
that.
advantage because of the restrained condition.
All right.
Did it roll to hit the second time?
No, that's what the 2d6 or the
Does the
2d20 were.
additional?
I'm
Wait.
confused. What's the...
yeah. So he rolled to hit up above, and then he cast the
Yeah.
spell for damage. So it should be 20
Yes.
lightning.
Okay, yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Does a 13 hit though?
What? No. The roll to hit was the 18 plus 6.
Oh, go.
Yeah.
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 Before
And both of
the,
those
before the
hit.
spinny flippy guy.
Got it. So it's
So
20.
is it?
So it's 20 lightning damage then.
Yeah, 20 lightning damage. Dude is
Okay.
just being electrocuted on the floor, and I get to, since I hit, I get to maintain this. Like, I can just carry over. I don't have to roll the hit next turn, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
milk this for as long as I fucking can.
Nice.
Now it's the Green Lantern gift.
Cyrus is cackling because he finally fucking hit something.
Poor baby. Ismark has a torch lit. His intent was to like go shove it in his face, but this thing is getting curb
Oh.
stomped.
Achilles could do that. He could fight with a torch. Fire damage.
Sure, if that's a
so
thing.
he'll move
If I can
forward.
contribute, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fire
Uh,
damage. It's not bludgeoning or
That's,
piercing or whatever.
you make a good
And
point.
now it's this poor motherfucker's turn.
Help!
How many rolls does he have to make?
How does one roll for help? It's doing,
So-
you know, when Pokemon run out of points and they do that struggle move? That's what it's doing on the ground right now.
It's trying, and it's at disadvantage. It is restrained. As it tries to right itself, and I want to say he can try to break free from the restraints at the end of his turn.
I'm looking it up now. So
Okay.
first of all, at the beginning of its turn,
Sure.
the target takes a d6 of damage,
God damn.
which
Nice.
Nice.
damage.
Nice. Very good.
Piercing damage at the start of its turns. A creature restrained by the vines, or one that can touch the creature, can use its action to make a strength check against a spell save DC. On a success, the target is freed, so it has to use its action to break free. Excuse me, from the
Okay.
vines.
Oh. Shit. Okay. Okay.
And then I don't know about the Ray of Enfeeblement. That might just be the beginning of its turn. Or
At
end,
the
I don't
end.
know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a con save at the end of its turn.
So we're gonna beep boop. Okay. Noah,
Yep.
this thing is writhing on the ground. It hasn't made a full-on effort to stand up to break free,
Uh-huh.
but one of those claws comes lashing out. It fucking it whiffs. And so does its attempt to bite. However, it cants its head back and it's like smushing down into the dirt, into the ground, and it starts to howl. And that's its turn. Garen.
I don't like that one bit. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, Garen panics. He first of all, he's gonna cast Spiritual Weapon, which will appear
Ooh.
right behind it.
The Sister Blade makes
his-
a cameo.
His is a very classic glowing sword that appears.
Is it this sword right here though? Wait.
The tree sword?
The tree
Yeah.
sword, absolutely. And he is on the ground, so this is an advantage. Oh, I don't know. I don't. Probably not a 12.
Actually 12 meets.
Oh.
So 9 force damage from the spiritual weapon that appears.
Nice.
Nice.
And then, you said it fails dex saves, right? Because it's restrained? Well, then-
It does not fail. It has disadvantage on dex saving throws.
Gotcha. Well, it has disadvantage to avoid the sacred flame.
Okay. Wow.
No,
wow.
it's only 2 radiant, but whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? This went from no, this'll be fine to you guys fucking stomped this bitch. Okay. Noah. Both all of that hit, by the way. I mean, he's not. looking
It
great.
starts to howl. I'm gonna do the best I can to stab it in the throat to keep it from howling anymore.
Actually.
Do it.
Alright, that's an 18.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Ugh, not much. But I poke it.
You poke it. He's this thing looks battered, bruised, bloody, burnt. It looks like it is on its last legs, and it takes another ragged hoarse breath and tries to let out another howl, but it wavers and it peters off weakly. It's still alive though.
Now I feel
No.
bad.
Knew I should have burning hands it. Oh well. That's what I got.
Tristan.
Seeing the end is near, Tristan is going to reach into his bag. And he's going to pull out a flask of oil. He's not super keen on the howl, but he wants whoever shows up to know the score. So he's just going to take that flask of oil and just toss it right on top and say, Achilles, Beastman, have a light?
Does the electricity spark it up?
Wait, do I have a light? I'm assuming I do in my Dungeoneers pack.
I mean,
You have a torch.
if you don't, Ismark
Yeah.
has a torch that's lit and ready.
yeah. I'm gonna
Um,
grab his.
Because it's a magical lightning, maybe not.
That's fair.
So yeah, I use my action to just douse it with oil.
Burn the fucking thing.
Oh,
Alright.
man.
Achilles.
All right. So I walk over. I say, "Friend, torch, let's go." And then again, just for the heck of it,
Ismark goes, no.
Just for the heck of it, I leap 4 feet back and then walk over. I was expecting a bigger jump, but you know, whatever. So I do that. I take the torch and then I do like a little hop and then I'm contributing. Just like plunge the torch down.
All right. How much fucking shit does that do?
So the torch
Um,
alone
20
does 1 point of fire damage.
One, but with the oil.
It takes an additional 5 fire damage from the burning oil.
Nice. So 6 fire damage altogether.
If lit, the oil burns for 2 rounds and deals 5 fire damage to any creature that enters the area or ends its turn in the area. A creature can take this damage only once per turn. So another,
With that 6, I mean, that damage combined right there, that's a harder to want to do this.
I mean, I'm just igniting the thing in flames, and then as it burns, Achilles is just like, he's like looking around at the team. I helped. Did you see it? My weapons were useless, but flame got the job done. Hoy, let's get real hot. And then he just kind of packs up before he heats himself up.
Of all the people to get the kill, you were the last one I thought who would get it.
Me too. I can't believe that happened. Oh, you guys are the best.
Is on fire, burning. The fire singes, or the fire singes the fur away, like giving way to like pink skin before it starts to melt. And before your eyes, even as the fire consumes it, it transforms into an older man. Human, just like anybody else, but it is quickly burning away, and he is dead.
I can't believe you killed this innocent old man, Achilles.
Right. So Achilles feels all triumphant, and then he sees that, and he's like looking at the group like,
And can you all roll a perception check for me really quickly?
Oh man, did we goof?
I think we need to leave.
I was sent to help you on your journey.
I just murdered an assassin who is out to get you.
Was this the
I was
Burger Master?
Strahd's
Shit.
most trusted emissary that I killed for you.
No, even worse, Irina's like, wait, Dad?
Killed him again.
jeez.
Garen,
Dude
you
can't stay alive.
think for a moment you hear a responding howl in the distance.
We need to leave right now.
And that's where we'll end it.
Oh,
I don't like that. I don't like it.
Before we get a whole pack of wolves
He
showing
had-
up.
He had so much health, and you guys were like, fuck your health. I was like, I don't do that to them again. No.
oh man. Yeah, we fired on all cylinders. It worked out.
You bitches.
It went from, oh man, can anybody like hit this guy to, oh yeah, we can. We're good.
Stupid fucking picture.
Oh
It's so
yeah.
true,
Oh, that's
though.
getting. Oh, that's
Immune to
what.
Monday damage. All right.
That's what we're showing at the end of the stream for sure. I'm pulling that up. I'm glad. It's
Guess we gotta get creative.
It's me and the boys beating up a werewolf. I'm so glad I could contribute to that fight. Genuinely, I thought I was like, well, if y'all get hurt, I got you. Otherwise, toodles.
Yeah, I knew if someone had a torch or something. It's small, but it's something.
Also,
Yeah.
the idea of that maximum long jump backwards is kind of fantastic. Just like charge in. All right, bye. Away. Oh man. Well, okay, y'all. I guess we'll be back next week with
Yeah.
whatever
I-
bad
More
things
of
about to
this
happen.
bullshit.
I like that you keep singing it as a jingle.
all I
So
got. That's all I have.
we've got probably like 2, maybe 3 sessions in December, and then Ryan, are you gone at all for your honeymoon in January, or are we coming back on like? I'm just wondering when AE is gonna start. Is that like the 2nd or
think-
something?
I would say let's look at AE. I don't know if I'm getting back either the 1st or the 2nd. I'll probably be
You'll
jet
probably be
lagged
wiped.
either
All right,
way.
so I'll plan for the 9th.
yeah. Why don't we just do the 9th?
Okay.
All right. So
I'm not gonna be here next week because last concert of the semester.
No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Garen's gonna sacrifice himself for the wolf horde that shows up next week, y'all.
Hell no.
All right. Well, we got stuff coming up, and it's the end of the year. We'll have a stream next week of some sort. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.